What's going on, guys? Today we got a race around CTMP and Imsa Open in the wet. It's going to be a chaotic one. It's going to be fun. And if y'all like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Starting off with qualifying here, I come across the line and the time is going to be a 1:16.206, enough to get me P3 on the starting grid.
Beat the guy behind me by a thousandth of a second.
Hear me exclaim about how I beat the guy behind me by just a thousandth of a second, getting on the grid. People wishing us some good luck.
We're gonna need it.
And yes, we will need it indeed. It is going to be a chaotic race ahead.
Oh man, someone just ran into somebody else.
And it looks like there's already chaos starting on the grid as somebody gets a little jumpy and hits somebody in front of him on the grid.
Go!
Getting into the start of this race here, I'm starting on the outside, so I'm going to have to take a little bit slower because I don't know what the guy on the inside is doing and I can't see him. But as I go around the corner, he peeks back through and it looks like he's going to get it wrong. He slides out and that is going to be P2 given to me before we even make it across the start-finish line. Luckily, no one else is collected in that incident as he's all on his own and slides off the track. Going into lap 2 here, passing the first of the GTPs I'll have to pass this race.
Your left's
As
clear.
we soon realize
Okay,
they're
breathe.
actually
Don't be
quite a bit
intimidated by this
slower than
little
us
shit.
in the
Make him
rain.
work for it. P2.
And as we come down the hill here, a couple more GTPs seeming to get it wrong, and then there's a crash ahead, and so I slow down and luckily I'm able to avoid it. Looks like 3 cars collected in that incident. Let's take a look at this replay here. Looks like the original Porsche just gets it wrong, slides out and nearly collects somebody else, but the other person able to get by. Bounces off the wall back onto the track, tries to get going, and the Cadillac slides in front of him. Very odd crash there. Later in that lap, we're heading towards Moss Corner here. And as you can see, the spray is really hindering my visibility. And P1 going into this corner just brakes a little too late and goes off towards the wall. The guy behind also braking a little late, but able to keep it on track. That gives me P1 in the race. And looking at lap 3 here, just a Cadillac seeming to get it wrong right in front of me, sliding off the track. Luckily, no contact with anybody else. As we head around this corner, a Mustang in the middle of the track. Luckily, I'm able to avoid him as he drives back across the track. Very dangerous maneuver there. Could have been bad for us. Luckily, able to avoid. If we take a look at that replay, you can just see how late that was and how dangerous that could have been. Thank goodness no contact happened. As we head to lap 6, another GT3 in the middle of the track. He slides around and nearly makes contact with me again. Luckily, I'm able to avoid another collision and keep my car safe. This could have been a real race ender right here. He slides into the line I was taking. Luckily, I'm able to avoid and go around. And as we head on to this lap later on, you can see the GT3 traffic really laying down the spray. I can't barely see anything. Lots of cars in the way. I'm going to get through past the Mustang on this inside corner here, and I'm going to wait behind the other two until the last corner and pass them on the straight. It's a ridiculous amount of spray that's coming up from these cars. It makes it really hard for visibility. It makes it really hard for us LMP2 drivers. As we look at the replay, you can just see how chaotic it looks. 4 of them all at once. Luckily, nobody really fighting too much or caring about where I go. They're giving me plenty of space and plenty of room to overtake them safely. Glad to not make any contact. Don't want to have any mishaps with any GT3 drivers. Coming on to lap 8 here, Ferrari in front of me in the last corner seems to just slide out, and I go to the left, and oh, we just barely make contact. It's a 0x, so I don't think there's any damage, but could have been much worse depending how much he slid. Coming on to lap 9, another GTP just not getting it right and sliding off the track. Doesn't hit a wall, is able to continue on his own. On to lap 11, another GTP in front, seemingly. This is P1 overall and P1 for the GTPs. I'm going to make my move around him and take the overall lead of this race in the LMP2 class. This is quite the race so far as I'm leading everyone, including the GTPs. And a really simple move. He doesn't fight too much. He knows that I have no reason to be a threat because I'm not taking his actual position. Heading on to lap 21 here, passing the first of my LMP2 race mates here. The first traffic I've come across against an LMP2. Not making it too hard on us. We just go around the outside and easily get around him.
Slower class car ahead.
Nothing too much to worry about there. And as we head into lap 23, I'm seeming to get braver into this corner, and I take the wrong line and go a little bit wide into the gravel. Luckily not hitting any walls and getting back on track quickly.
Stay between the lines.
But that will be my
read.
first X of the race of only a few. And as you see in the replay, I just take a line that I haven't been taking in the past and end up wide. Luckily no one near me, so I don't have to worry about rejoining. Able to continue on this race fine. And this Cadillac doing is similar to what I did last lap. Just gets it wrong, and another car into the wall later into Moss Corner. That is chaotic right there. So many cars going off and hitting things. Let's take a look at this replay. You can see this is the Cadillac that hit the wall. He just goes straight into it, and then the orange Cadillac that comes through, and it looks like he might just be hitting his brakes too hard, slides around. Luckily he doesn't hit anybody and is able to rejoin safely.
Slower car.
Going around, we have this Ferrari doing a Tokyo Drift impression. Luckily, able to avoid him as he slides wide, and I can just go to his inside. I don't think he hits any walls, so he's able to keep his car pretty clean. Now onto lap 29. This is where I'll be making my pit stop. Going to take it real nice and easy as I haven't been into the pits yet, so I have no idea what the conditions are. Able to slow down in plenty of time. And at this point in the race, I'm wondering, the guy behind me doing a no-stop strategy, saving fuel and trying to go without taking a pit stop.
There's a car approaching.
As we head out of the pits, someone off in the first corner, and the P2 LMP2 is able to get past me and take for P1, so I am now in P2. On lap 32, I finally am able to put the fight to him, and I go to the outside, but a GTP's in front of me, so I'm not able to go any faster. When I have to wait and get back behind the LMP2, I get behind him, grab the draft and a better exit. I'm able to get to his inside going into Moss Corner here. Seems like he just backs out, and I'm able to take the position P1 for the race again.
There's a faster car approaching.
And now it's all if I can handle the pressure and keep this position for the rest of the race. Let's take a look at that the overtake from the outside here. I just move, and I'm able to get around the outside. Like I said, that GTP holding me up a little bit, so I dive back to get behind the LMP2 here. Able to grab the draft and the better exit and slide down his inside going into Moss Corner. And he backs out. That outside line is tough to take in this sorts of conditions here. And nice overtake there. Nothing too bad. Now as we head on to the final lap here, it's been a pretty calm race. And I have done so well to get this P1. Able to pass everybody with ease. Just managing my way through the GT3 drivers and in these conditions as we come across the line here. This will be a victory overall and in class for me, bringing my I rating up to 2.1k and gaining me some safety rating since I only had 2x. A very tricky race, lots of wet weather conditions and lots of spray making it difficult. As you can see, just flashing my lights as I come across the line. It was definitely a chaotic race. Definitely lots of crashes. Definitely lots of incidents. The GTP's definitely struggling. I know those cars are hard to drive, and so it made it really easy on me to get around them.
Good race. Congrats. Good win, Nathan.
Everyone just congratulating me on the race win there, and everybody else did a great job too. Lots of people doing really good during that race. And I mean, hopefully y'all enjoyed watching that race. It was a pretty chaotic one, and let me know if y'all want to see any changes. I can take more off the screen, put more on the screen, make it shorter, make it longer. Just let me know what y'all want to see, and hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll hopefully post more. Who knows? And y'all have a great day. Later.